yo. We have one lucky human in here, and it is Raymond. What up? Two people. What's up, Ray? Nothing exciting here. I get a high day today, so that's exciting. I get to eat food. So we're doing that today. There's Kyle. What's up, my boy? Love you, dude. Yeah, we get lots of carbs today. I wasn't really expecting it. Austin's in here. All my boys. So yeah, it was quite shocking, I guess. I don't know. This prep is weird for me. Um I constantly just don't feel like I'm in a good spot. Um and then the comments I get from other people say otherwise. So I don't know what that is. It's a me thing. Um I'm not sure why. Um Man, all my dudes are in here. Wow. Lucky me. Yeah, so I don't know what it is this prep. Um it's not it's not so much self-doubt. I don't know what it is. It's one, the prep is easier than really any I've ever done. The hunger is the worst that it's ever been, even with Retatrutide. And when I say worse, I just mean it's high. It doesn't bother me. I'm not complaining, but the appetite is there. It's higher than it's ever been. Um, I don't know what's different with this prep that causes me to feel this way. I don't know if it's more exposure to social media because when um, when I was prepping in the past, I wasn't really active on Instagram as much and things. So there wasn't a lot of comparison happening or exposure in any way. Um so that might be part of it. I don't know. Uh let's see. Raymond says, so your hunger is high, but you don't feel like you're walking through cement. I have hard days. Um I have hard days where the feet feel heavy. Not it's not like it's been before. And part of that is probably just accruing more muscle over the years. Prepping does it doesn't become easy, but it becomes easier um, when you do it several times and your body kind of remembers what to do. I know remembers is like a dumb term, but for lack of a better term, your body's like, I've been here before. This is familiar, right? Um, so it's not quite walking through cement. There's days where, man, I'm leaning on the grocery cart um, when I'm walking through the store, um, but nothing like what I've experienced in the past where you forget your car keys upstairs and you're like, fuck it, I'm calling into work. I'm not going to get those damn car keys, you know. Um, or when I was doing heating and air, like, fuck, I don't. Half the time when when I was walking into people's basements with my tools, like my legs were like fucking shaking, like praying mantis legs, like little sticks. And just none of that this year. But it's still early. Maybe it'll fucking suck soon. I don't know. I'll let you know. Um, Brett's here. Jared's here. All my dudes. Scotty says, stop complaining about hunger. No, it's not complaint. It's not complaint. Um, Hunger doesn't bother me, really. Um, I like feeling hungry. Um, really year round. I like feeling hungry. Um, just because then my stomach feels empty, and I hate when my stomach feels distended and just like that bloated feeling. Like fuck, you guys got to remember how fat I was for so long during my powerlifting life. And nowadays I like being hungry. I like feeling lighter. I like the waist to feel tighter. And I think over years, I think that that's going to, add up into a better look instead of blowing out your waist. you know, Zach is in the house, my man. Lee is here. A little more free time. A little more free time so you think about it more. Do I think about it more? Are you talking about the hunger, Lee, or are you talking about just like the prep in general? I don't think about the prep. I don't know. Maybe it's because um like in between meals, like I just have a lot of work to do and I can hang out with my son and like shit like that. I don't know if that makes it different. Um but yeah, if you're talking about the hunger, yeah, that could be a thing. Um I don't know. I think the diet's different. The diet is different than, when I've prepped with Skip, but it's not that fucking different. Like, come on, it's all bodybuilding. Everyone's doing the same shit. You know what I mean? And that's not to take away from anyone. AJ is amazing. He's an amazing coach. So that's not to take away from anyone, but there's nothing like that stands out. That's like, oh, this is just real fucking different. It's not. There's nothing like that. Presley's in the house, looking good. Tommy, thank you, Presley. Appreciate you. Um, Brett says he did, in fact, not work out today. That's good. Kyle says Scott thinks more is better. Don't listen to him, Tommy. More is generally better. So Scott's not wrong. Raymond says I haven't felt distended in a long time. Really grateful for that. That is such a bad feeling. It just feels gross. And it's like, why the fuck? Why even work out if you're just gonna walk around with your big ass gut hanging out? Like it's so silly to me. And I try not to mean that offensively, but um I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um yeah, it's just a bad feeling. It's a bad look. I don't know. I think it's really bad long term too. Um I Once you stretch that fucking waist out, yeah, there's ways to tighten it back up. I don't know. I don't know. I would be I'd be hard pressed to say that once you fuck it up, that it's going to get better than if you never fucked it up, right? So if you don't mess it up to begin with, then you don't have to worry about it later. Especially, if I want to compete as a masters and stuff like that, like um man, I don't want to have to fucking worry about my waist even more so than you already do when you're an older guy. Scotty says hunger does in fact bother me because I am a human being. Um, yeah, I don't know, Scott. I think one, your appetite is quite ravenous, and you process food differently than me. Um, Part of the reason I do good with hunger is I like I like the restraint. Being someone that is technically an addict, right? For most of my life, I like the ability to say no. So when it's not time to eat, the ability to say no, it like it solidifies that addiction um, part of me, and it just it builds that strength to cope with addiction and to carry on, right? Um, so the more I can be like, yeah, we know you're hungry, we know you want that thing. Um, it really helps build my coping mechanisms for addiction because I'm technically an addict and I always will be. So there's just something, yeah, powerful about it for me that I do enjoy. Besides the physical feeling of just the gut feeling empty is nice. Josh is here. Tommy Gang, what is up, Josh? I don't mind being a little hungry, says Zach. Notice he says a little hungry. Zach is probably getting hungry now. He has been dieting for a few weeks now, so yeah, he's probably starting to get there. Um, I think it's fine to offend fat people. Yeah, yeah. I don't. I'm not afraid to offend them. You know, I'm not. Scotty says I'm irresponsible. I just use high drugs on all my clients and don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, isn't that it's funny, when I don't know. I don't want to get into the weeds with it, but other coaches judge other coaches and like draw these crazy conclusions um as a tool for advertising themselves. Like, oh, that guy's not high level. He doesn't know what he's doing. Do you hear what he did on his prep? He must be stupid. It's like, dude, it's such a bad look that slandering other people in your profession is how you try to stand out. Um, Even when I did heating and air, customers would ask me about other contractors, like, "Hey, have you ever heard of X, Y, and Z?" It's like, "Yeah, I've heard of them." "Oh, you want to hear what they did to me?" "No, I'm okay." If you want to tell me so I know that I can avoid doing it to you, then sure, you can tell me. Otherwise, I'm not really interested. I'm just here to do a good job for you. Um, Same thing when people approach me and they're coming from another coach. "Oh, I was working with so and so." Okay, cool. Let's get started and let's see what we're gonna do. You want to see what so and so said or what they did? You want to see what their plan looked like? No, I'm not really interested. I'd kind of just like to start from scratch and do things the way I do it. I'm not here to bring down any other coach because I don't know their side of the story. Maybe you're a piece of shit. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble about that, but Scotty's dead on with just shitty people making comments like that. Someone said about me that I'm not a high level coach. I'm a no name coach. The fuck does that matter? You know what I mean? I know a lot of named coaches out there that fucking suck ass. So whatever. I'll be okay being a no name coach. Um, Kyle says, I like hunger when cutting because it tells me I'm getting leaner. There is something about that. There is something about that where that stomach feels hollow and you're like, there's no fucking way I'm not getting peeled right now. Um, even like, even things like the sauna, like do that for me. Like you're just sweating your ass off and like your stomach feels empty and you just feel like good. It's like, I am checking off a box that is working towards something huge right now. Yeah, so I'm right there with you, Kyle. Feeling hungry is like, yeah, if you never get like truly hungry, you'll never look good. You'll never look good. I don't care how much fucking GLPs you take. I'm using Retatrutide now. I'm still fucking ravenous. So um, that doesn't mean it's not helping. It certainly is. I can't imagine what I would feel like without it. No, I can because I've done preps without it, right? So um, Matt's in the house. Good morning, coach and chat. Matt is here. Welcome, Matt. Hope your calf is feeling better because we have a show in December for you. Zach says, I can relate. I even take some pride in being able to say no now, like a little challenge. It is, yeah. It's just like little victories that build up over time, and then you can become a fucking robot at some point when you win. When you win enough times, my wife has to remind me sometimes that like, hey, not all your clients are like you. Like some of them are going to go out with their family and shit. And okay, yeah, I agree. But I also want people to know not to use that as a built-in excuse. Like, of course, I understand that like birthdays and shit are going to happen, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. But when you fucking suck every week, it's like, that's a different story. And it frustrates me. It frustrates me because I don't, I can't want results for people more than they want them themselves. And when I start feeling that way, it's like, man, I'm not doing my job because you're paying me, you're not following the plan. And are you not following the plan because I made it too difficult to follow? I have to put it back on myself because I'm technically the leader in that situation, right? Raymond says it's empowering for sure. Yeah, it is. Being able to say no. Being able to say no and being able to hear no are some of the most powerful skills to learn as a human. The ability to say no and the ability to hear no is one of the best skills anyone can ever learn. Adam is in the house. What's up, guys? What's up, Adam? What happened? I just here we go, Presley. This is the first week I haven't felt obsessively hungry since last November. Really strange, almost like someone flipped the switch and it's just time to eat again in 3 hours. Yeah, so that's one thing to remember is being hungry is it's really a good thing. Um, it's really a good thing because most people that are hungry are either looking really good or on their way to looking good, and then you want to continue to keep hunger high um, as you're trying to grow too. But yeah, the other thing to remember is like after a show, and I've said it a million times, like that shit's so hard. You're incredibly hungry, especially as you're adding food back in because your body's just like fucking on fire at that point. Um, and just know, like, you have to remember, I have a lot of people that finish a show and like they'll text me or email me in 2 weeks and like, I still feel like shit. It's like, yeah, I know you dieted for 24 weeks to fuck all body fat. Why do you expect to feel 100% after 2 weeks? It can take 10 fucking 12, 14, it can take 16 weeks to even feel like yourself again, emotionally, physically, all that shit. So I say the same thing when people come to me overweight. It's been 3 weeks and I don't feel a lot leaner. How long did it take you to get that fucking fat? How long? Tell me. You tell me. How long have you been this fat? How long did it take you to get this fat? Well, I don't know. Well, it's like, okay, well, why the fuck do you think you're going to get unfat in 2 weeks? Right? No. Stop it. Jay, Scott, I might need to hire you based off that. He's talking about how Scott just slams people with drugs apparently and doesn't know what he's doing. Scott is a great coach. There's a lot of good coaches in this chat here. And I'm not saying that because they are my friends. I am saying that because they are good coaches. Christopher's in the house. Finally figured out how to join the chat. Welcome. We are glad to have you. Adam says, one of the biggest things I've learned from more senior salespeople is you never talk shit about your competition to your customer. There's no reason to. There's no reason to. And that's one thing that AJ really solidified in me as a mentor to me, because I told him, I'm like, man, I don't really focus on what other coaches are doing. I don't really watch shit. I don't really watch anyone's YouTube much anymore. I just focus on my clients and what they need. And I focus on educating myself through a few select people that I actually trust. And he's like, the key is just show people why you're different, not just bring everyone down. That's not how you show people you're different. Just focus on what the fuck you're doing, right? Everyone wants to clean or tell someone else to clean their room while their room is a fucking disaster, right? So I just worry about cleaning my own room. I worry about leading my clients, and I don't fucking care what anyone else is doing because it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. There's a lot of great coaches out there. I still don't fucking care what they're doing because people hired me to help them. Why would I care about what other coaches are doing? It doesn't affect me. Yeah, so don't talk shit about your competition. There's no fucking reason to. If you're good at what you do, you will stand out and you'll separate yourself from competition. There's no reason to even play that game. Mark says, my plan is to compete in April for stage experience, early November for stage experience, and mid-November, but mid-November for competition at national masters. How long is a typical contest prep cycle? I don't know what you're referring to. Does prep cycle mean drugs? Are you talking about anabolics? I don't know what you mean by prep cycle. Adam says, not going to be a no-name coach for long at this rate. Man, I don't care. If people want to call me a no-name coach, that's fine. My athletes will get results. And if people ask who coaches them, they don't even fucking tell them. I don't give a shit. All I care about is that my people are the best that they can be. That's all I care about. Having my name out there really means fuck all to me. I've been in this industry for long time, and no one knows who the fuck I am, and I don't care. I don't need to be popular on the internet. It doesn't fucking do anything for me. It doesn't. If the internet disappeared, I'd still be banging weights in my fucking basement and bodybuilding, just like I've been doing since I was a fucking kid. It doesn't matter to me to be a named coach. J Money, my boy, what do you recommend for knee pain? No specific injury. E2 is not low. It's just kind of overused between quad days and laborious jobs and things, movements towards rehab recommendation for keeping things good when training, etc. I would have to see if there's anything specific you're doing that is flaring up the knee. Let me know what part of the knee it is. A lot of times, just simply rolling out the IT band with a foam roller can really help the knee. Starting your leg days with leg curls can help the knee. Training your calves, believe it or not, can help the knee. Forward sled drags of different styles, resisted treadmill walk, getting the glutes to fire before you start your leg training is very helpful. A lot of the times, knee pain comes from people's glutes just being lazy, and not being involved with the movements. So their joints and their passive structures start taking the load of everything. So let me know like kind of what part of the knee it is. If it's the front, the inner side, just let me know within layman's terms. Brett says chat is hammering today. Yes, it is. Trying to keep up. You guys are fucking nuts. My stomach doesn't feel empty right now. Feels like it's sucking in it's sucking air from my chest. That's the men's physique look, Adam. So you signed up for that dumb shit. I'm a bodybuilder. I can still be fucking bloated with abs. That old bubble gut is what I'm chasing. I love that look. J Money. I've been abusing BPC. It works. It works better if you use code Tommy too. You get the stronger batch. Um, yeah, BPC is good. Kyle says, like, when you're doing fasted cardio, hungry as fuck, and there's no way I'm not getting. Yeah, fasted cardio, right in the morning. Your stomach is literally fucking eating itself. You're sweating. You're doing vacuums. Hmm. That's my shit. I like that. I like that. J Money, just jab it in the ass sometimes, but mainly pin the knee joint or quad itself. Yeah, you can do it around the knee. It's fine. I do a lot of sub Q injections right around the knee because a lot of times I'm wearing like long sleeves or I don't feel like pulling up my shirt, whatever. If I'm sitting down with shorts, fuck, I even pin my calves sometimes. Not like with like big harpoons, but like if I'm using like Humalog or some shit, um, yeah, I'll just pin my calves. I don't care. Let's see. Scotty, that's a very mature perspective on not judging coaches. There's no reason to. There's no reason to because whatever the fuck they're doing, it doesn't affect me and it doesn't affect my athletes. The only like time that is an issue is when coaches run their fucking mouth about, hey, uh, your guy's gonna have you stringy on stage. It's like, shut the fuck up. And they get in their head, and people just can't fucking keep their mouth shut and just focus on their own shit. It's frustrating, but again, I don't care. I don't care what anyone else is doing. Kevin Will, my man. What is up, Tommy? What's up, Kevin? Glad you're here. Nathan remembered the live this week. Good job, Nathan. Thank you for being here. Matt says, I've been blasting my calf with BPC and TB500. Swelling is already down a ton, and I can walk on it better. Yeah, Matt had a little calf mishap, and it seems to be getting better for him. So stay on top of that and let that thing heal. So you're in a really good spot anyways, Matt, where you could fuck off for 3 weeks and we'd still show up in shape. So no issues there. George is in the house. Good evening, Tommy. Yeah, I guess it's evening. I'll give you it. How's the week been going? The week has been good. Training has been very good. Life is good. What were the wins this week? Let's see. I think my posing's improving. I'm working with Kenny. I do like Kenny as a posing coach. So I've been working with him, Kenny Wallach. So posing's been getting better. My training has been getting better thanks to Danny. Conditioning's getting better thanks to AJ. And overall, I'm in a good headspace. Besides the whole not feeling like I'm going to be ready or like I'm not lean enough right now, I just think that's a bodybuilder thing. I think it's just a bodybuilder thing. Yeah, I think all competitors are just like that. It's just like prep anxiety, and it's like anything, you have a deadline for something, so the pressure is there. Um, so I don't think it's just bodybuilding. I think it's just anxiety in general. But yeah, thanks for asking, George. That's everything's going good. Everything's going good. Mark, anyone live in South Carolina? Let Mark know if you live in South Carolina, San Diego area. Uh, Kevin says the prep face looks good on you. It's getting there. Still kind of fat, but that's okay. Yeah. Raymond says people tell me no all day long. That's part of sales. You have to be okay hearing no. Because not everyone's going to tell you yes. So you have to learn how to hear no. And you have to learn how to tell people no, right? Joe is in the house. My boy. What up? Fat boy is here. Pretty good condition for a fat boy. I will say, you hold your fat discreetly and quite even. So, as much as you are a fat fuck, you hold it well. You hold it well. J Money, we're all fat, Joey. It's okay. Yeah, pretty much. Once you start doing any of this shit, you'll be fat for the rest of your life because we're all insecure and have issues and eating disorders. And that's the joy of all this. So, welcome. And we're all drug addicts too. So, good crew to be around. Glad you are all here, making my life so much better. Ron is in the house. Yo, what's up, Tommy? My boy Ron, haven't heard from you in a while, so I'm glad you're here. Foxer in the house. Happy Friday. Finally was able to have a work call canceled so I could join the live. Hopefully you initiated that cancel and you did that to be here with us, Foxer. So thank you. Adam, Jay, deep tissue work has improved my knees. Deep tissue work, guys. It's not optional. It's part of this. It's part of the shit. Guys, it's not sexy, but it's so fucking easy. It's so easy. You just pay someone and they do all the shit for you. Like, fuck, guys, come on. Blood work and deep tissue work, right? Get deep tissue work once a month. It's not a fucking big deal. Even some of the best people out there, the highest rate I've seen was like $200 for 90 minutes. That was the highest rate I've seen. I would pay $300 a month for deep tissue work. I don't give a fuck because I know it works. And if that saves me from an injury or it makes my training better, I don't fucking care what it costs. I really don't. I just told my friend that the other day because my friend is in a position where that person feels they need to increase their pricing. I said, fucking do it. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to lose customers. I don't care. I said, whatever customers you lose, I'll just take their spot and I'll just fucking pay you more because she's good at what she does. And you don't need just a ton of customers that are going to pay you less than you're worth. So hopefully my friend takes my advice and they increase their pricing and I will gladly pay it because deep tissue work fucking works or I wouldn't pay for it. I don't waste money on shit. Let's see. Austin, tibia raises have helped my knee. Yeah, tibia raises help. Again, it depends. It depends what part of the knee it is. Jay, starting with ham curls and calves, crunchy tightness in the joint. I would start with rolling out the IT band, but it sounds like you're probably training the shit too heavy and you're probably just loading that fucking knee joint instead of loading the muscles. And I'm trying to put more YouTube videos out for you guys about what some of this means. And I'll remind you that I'm relearning a lot of it from Danny. So, but yeah, part of it, Jay, is you're probably loading the joints and the tendons more than you're actually loading the desired muscle. And it's something to be cognitive of. And that doesn't mean you need to train light all the time, but maybe you need to start, maybe you need to backpedal a little, find that muscle, find the feeling. And then once things are feeling more grooved, you can start ramping up and chasing progressive overload again, if that's what you want to do. Zach says, in what range of body fat do you prefer once past the weight loss stage? Huh? Hold on. I have to read shit like 4 times because I'm kind of fucking stupid. It's nothing you did, Zach. Don't worry. It's me. In what range? What's the range of body fat I prefer once you the so okay, let me answer it like this. Um Basically, here's my beliefs. These are my beliefs. Again, don't care what anyone else fucking says. This is what I believe. You, anyone, people that come to me should be ready to touch single digit body fat. I don't fucking care if your lifestyle, I don't care if you're a swimmer or a fucking pilot. Don't fucking care what you do, who you are, how you identify, does not matter to me. You will touch single digit body fat before I even consider the idea of bulking for you. Women, little different. I don't always take them to single digit body fat, but I get them pretty fucking low. Pretty fucking low. Why? That's the question. That's the next question. Why? Okay. Very simple. Zach, follow along, please. Zach is and does identify as a man. So for Zach, his limit, his maximum body fat allowance put into place by me is 16 to 17% body fat. That is the fucking fattest I would ever let Zach get. Okay. 16, 17% body fat is here. Zach, if we only take you to 12% body fat, you have this window to grow. You have this gap to accrue muscle. Okay. Here's the issue, Zach. In the upper tier of maximum body fat, you are not only gaining muscle in a higher ratio than you're accruing fat. What does that mean? Maximum fat here. We'll call it 16%. We get you down to 12%. Okay, we have this long before you're too fucking fat and we have to start over. And then we do it again. Oh, okay. 12 to 16, 12 to 16. And you get nowhere. You get nowhere. I promise. I see guys do it all the fucking time. That's why they don't make any progress. They just fucking yo-yo for their entire life and they always look like shit. 16%, Zach, is your max, right? What if I brought you to 8? That window seems deeper. That ceiling seems taller. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I suck. Maybe I'm a no-name coach. 16%. What if I brought you to fucking 5? Look at this. I'm not even on the camera anymore, Zach. We have all this time, all the time in the world. Here is the other kicker, Zach. 16%. I'll put it a little higher. Let's be conservative and I get you to 9%. From 9 to 12, I promise you, from 9 to 12, you will accrue muscle tissue faster than you will accrue fat. How do I know? I don't know, because I've gotten a lot of people in really good shape and I've made a lot of them grow a lot of muscle. So, okay, 16, let's get you to 9. From 9 to 12, let's say even 9 to 12, you're going to accrue more muscle than you will fat. From 12 to 16, that ratio changes. It becomes more unfavorable. You will still grow muscle, but the ratio of what you're growing, fat to muscle, gets closer. The gap gets closer. 16 to 20, you're getting fat with minimal amount of muscle. So as you climb the tiers, the ratio of muscle accrual to fat accrual becomes unfavorable at some point. It actually flips to the point where you're accruing more body fat than you are muscle. That limit for me is 16% for my males. I believe that is the range where that ratio flips. That's what I believe. That's what I do for my clients. I believe the ratio is far more favorable at the lower part of that pyramid. So let's say we fucking just get you peeled out of your mind and get you 5% body fat. From 5 to 10, fuck. You're gaining much more muscle than you are fat. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, Zach. Don't know. Don't know what to tell you. Eric Anderson, prime example of a man who is growing more muscle than fat. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. Eric's doing it. He's in the works. David is on his way to do it now. DLC is in the house. He is on his way to making that scenario happen for himself. So Mark is making it happen right now. You guys have seen Mark growing. He's still stupid fucking lean, and he's growing. Okay. And he may be an older gentleman. Don't know. I don't like to assume, but he might be. Joseph, what's up, man? Thoughts on keeping macros the same across the week versus people who carb cycle? Seems like people get good results with both methodologies, but curious to hear your reasoning behind each method. I think, in my opinion, there should be some type of cycling, always. General weight loss, sometimes like the first 4, 5, 6 weeks, you can throw someone on a linear, like static plan. Like, okay, here's your diet. Follow this diet 7 days a week. Don't fuck up. Follow the diet 7 days a week. And yeah, of course you can lose weight like that. The thing that changes is, the metabolism rate can start slowing down. The thyroid can start down-regulating. Cortisol becomes unfavorable. Insulin sensitivity can become unfavorable. Training performance can become unfavorable. Lots of different scenarios. Everyone at some point needs to have some sort of fluctuation or cycling, some type of cyclic approach. It has to be. I love you, but I don't believe you that people are getting using the same diet forever and just losing weight. At some point, something's got to change. Don't tell me they're not sneaking in a fucking cheat meal behind their coach's back anyways. Come on. Mark, contest prep is like driving a car at a high speed and then spinning it into a parking stall movie stunt. Yeah, kind of. Can be. Zach, I've never had any type of massage. Missing out, brother. Missing out. Find a good one near you. Google sports massage near me. You'll probably find some good shit. I'm telling you. Even the ones that suck you're still going to benefit from. They can be they can suck, and you will still get benefit up from it. Adam, I agree about the tissue work. No joke. Now I put it above HGH on my list of importance. Yeah, of course. Yeah, everything goes above drugs for me. My training, my nutrition, and recovery modalities are always higher than drugs for me. Always. But I make that ceiling so tall that it doesn't fucking matter, right? Just make that shit happen. Make it all happen because it all matters. But yeah, I agree, Adam. I agree. I would rather my clients get muscle work done twice a month than buy some fucking growth hormone. Oh, but no, it's not true. Oh, it's true. It's true. David, can't wait for my deep tissue appointment tomorrow. Fuck, guys, come on. I'm telling you, it works. Simple shit. Simple shit. It's because it's not sexy. It's not clickbaity. It doesn't get likes and shares. Oh man, my training's so good from that massage. Fuck, that doesn't sound as cool as I'm running a fucking X amount of IUs a day, and I fucking whatever. It doesn't sound cool and sexy, but fuck, it works. Sorry. I mean, growth hormone fucking works too, so shut up. But Adam, after the first time, I was kicking myself for not having done it in the past year. Guys, it's not crazy shit. Come on, I can't be the first one to ever recommend this, I cannot be the first one to ever recommend that. Cruz, my boy, another one who's building a lot of muscle because he got lean up front. Hack squats hurt my knees, but pendulum squats feel fine. Is that a good substitute? You just told me. Hey, Tommy, these hurt my knees, but these don't. Is that good? Yes, sir. You got it. You guys are really good at answering your own questions. You just nailed it, dude. And I'm proud of you for doing that. Finding something like, guys, if you're following a workout and something doesn't fucking feel right, look what Cruz just did. The pendulum feels fine. Go smash it, buddy. Take it to fucking hell. Go smash that thing. Grow your legs. He found something that doesn't hurt, and that's what you do. David says, Adam, my first was 2 weeks ago. It was incredible. Guys, telling you, the pumps are better for the next couple days because the blood flow is just maximized. Fuck. Then you guys, at some point, if you can find people that are, good at doing dry needling, shit works too. Promise. I promise. Yeah, it can hurt. Jared, my massage therapist recently quit and left no contact info. They gone. See you later. That's right. There's good ones out there. You'll find a new one. Awesome to know. Seriously, top priority moving forward. Yeah, you guys. Come on. Take care of your shit. Yeah, Kevin got Cruz on that one too. I think you just answered your own question, dude. That's right. He knows. But we're gonna give you shit because that's what we do here. That's what we do. David says, I'll be going every 2 weeks for the time being. So they break up the shit that's in my mid back. Dude, I've never had someone with this many knots, is what his therapist told him. Yeah. And your back is fucking stupid good. So imagine if you get those scapulas to move even more because they're not all bound up. Imagine how much better your back's going to be. It's going to be wild to see. And that's just from someone fucking poking at you. And then whatever. It costs you what, $100? Fuck. Come on, guys. Too easy. Low hanging fruit. Love it. Adam, that's what I've done too. Second session with 2 weeks after the first one. I'm on call for my friend. I said, listen, anyone cancels, you just fucking call me. You want to make some money? Just call me. I will take their spot gladly. No problem. Christopher, excited to grow. Hope I'm getting close. Yeah, you're in a great spot. Great spot. Kevin, anyone else get dry needling? Yeah. Sorry, Kevin, I'm a little backed up, but yeah. I'm slow on the chat today. You guys are on it. You're on it. Dry needling is good. Really good. Dylan, he's just laughing from above. Body work is crazy important, says Diesel Dave, another man who knows how to grow muscle from getting undeniably lean. Got it done yesterday. She rolled out so much. Knotted muscles just made training that much better. Still hitting PRs in prep. Dave is in the thick of it, and he's still hitting PRs. I get dry needling every 2 weeks on my back and traps. Best thing ever. It's good shit. It's good. It's really good. Yeah. If you guys can get dry needling, if you find a good person to do that one works. The cupping, I've had cupping done a few times. It's okay. I had some dynamic cupping done. That was it was fucking brutal, but it helped. Dylan, more GH. More. I don't want to feel my hands. Man. Yeah. You run enough GH, you will not feel your fucking hands. And if you do feel them, you're going to wish you didn't feel them because it hurts. It hurts. Luckily, I don't get that anymore as of now. And my dose isn't low. And I'm chilling. I am chilling. Adam, my chiro referred me to someone who works with Olympic gymnasts. Yeah, my chiropractor works on strongmen, and she's had a booth at the Arnold doing adjustments and shit like that. Super fucking good. Very grateful for her. My friend works on bodybuilders of all levels, professionals. She works on a lot of MMA people. Very intelligent. Keeps my shit good. Between those two, they have saved me a lot of fucking time from avoiding injuries. So they have been incredibly helpful. Dylan, a vial a night? Nah, a kid a night. Fuck that. Dry needling in the traps is rough, but it's worth it. Yeah, it can be rough for sure. Joseph said that makes a lot of sense. I don't remember what I said that made sense, honestly. Oh, the stagnant, consistent linear diet versus something that is cyclic. Yeah, calories should cycle, in my opinion. It's just my opinion, but fuck, I don't know. I've gotten a few people in shape. Promise you that. I need to get muscle work done. Been years as I used to get it done for baseball. Fuck, you guys got to get it done. You got to get it done. Once a month is all it takes. Even if it's 30 minutes, dude. Fucking once a month. You know, that's it. That's all it takes. David says, I'm so stoked for the Olympia. Only a few more weeks. Man, I am so excited to go to the Olympia. David and I will be joining Omega at the booth at the Olympia. So David and I are excited to be a part of that. We are grateful. And it's going to be a good time. His fiance is going to be there, another close friend of mine. We spent a lot of time together, all three of us, at the Arnold. We had a good weekend, so I'm very excited to hang out with them again, and spend that time with them. So good people. My boy JP, buy an E30 or you are gay. I do want something. Come on, man. I'm in prep. You're gonna have me on fucking Car Gurus by the time I'm off this thing. my Instagram fucking whatever stream feed. What do you guys call it? What the fuck's it called? I don't know. Either way, there's just ads for fucking cars that I cannot afford, but I'll find a way. I'll find a way. I'll steal those bitches. Serostim over car payments. That's the rule for me right now. Any tips for connecting with the side delts on lateral raise movements? Always feel my traps, or especially front delts, are taking the brunt of it. Even with lightweight warm-up sets. Yes, I do have tips. I'm afraid to tell you because you've probably heard them. And if you've already heard them and they didn't help, then it's like, oh, fuck, maybe you just suck. No. So one of the things is to keep a muscle out of a movement that you don't want in the movement. The best way to do that is lengthen said muscle, right? So if your traps are taking over in your side raise, lengthen them. Arms are long, and you drag the weight, right? Drag the weight, keep the trap long. Does that make sense? So that's part of it. Movement selection is part of it. A lot of guys do standing side raises, and there's a lot of low back, there's a lot of rocking back and shit like that. So if you're standing, I do recommend like sinking your feet into the floor and keeping the knees a little bit soft and just keeping everything quiet. And that's the best way I can explain it. Everything is very loud and hunkered down in guys that are very strong, like yourself, Austin. So you have a tendency to brace on everything and fucking lock down like you're going to move a ton of weight. Something like a side raise, you need to do the opposite. You need to make everything else very quiet, right? And just let that dumbbell just sit in your hand and keep the traps long. And then out of the bottom, it's really important that you focus on, you can see what I'm doing here, firing the delt first. The first thing to move is generally going to be the one that takes over. So hanging out, traps are long, and I initiate with the delts instead of the traps, right? So traps are long, initiate with the delt. The dumbbells are a hard one to feel. I think did you mention dumbbells or what you're using? You didn't. That's okay. Yeah, so dumbbells people have a tendency to like grip them, and fucking the strength curve is a little different. So you may want to try like a cable with a wrist cuff. That might help. Sometimes if you wear the wrist cuff up high, closer to your elbow, keep the trap long, focus on firing the delt. That can help. Thinking about dragging the weight, instead of jerking it up can help. Um, Different movement selection would be the next thing. Um, I like a lying Y raise. So you're lying on your back on a bench. You put the wrist cuffs on and you're doing this motion, right? You have to be careful not to initiate that with your traps because that's a possibility. The other thing you want to be careful of is to not initiate with the rib cage, right? So you want it all to come from the delts. My hat is crooked. The other thing to do would be a lying Y raise on an incline bench. So it's the same movement, just loaded differently because you're lying face down on a bench and you're Y raising like this, with dumbbells. That one's good. Yeah, look over some of my YouTube videos. Some of the shit's in there, but that's what I would focus on is just a few of those things. That does make sense. I usually do dumbbells and machine laterals, so rocking dumbbells. I definitely do brace for heavy sets. Yeah, fuck all that. Yeah, and you can get heavier over time. But you need to find the muscle first before you can progressively overload it. So sometimes you have to take a step back. The machine, yeah, I don't like the machine. I don't like the machine lateral raise either. I prefer a cable, really, primarily. Fuck, I was gonna say one more cue. I'll think of it. Yeah, it's important not to like brace and hunker down, like you're saying. Yeah, I've really been liking just here's the thing. Structuring reps and sets. So like one thing you may want to try is like cluster sets. So, do a set of 8, rest for 10 to 15 seconds, do another set of 8, rest for 10 to 15 seconds, do another set of 8, do it until you can't get 8 anymore, 8 good reps. So you can do like different structures like rest pause. You can experiment with some of that. Heavy partials can help learn that bottom range where you're just getting the delt to fire and you're just keeping tension and you're just keeping one tempo, and you look silly in the gym, but if your delts are fucking this big, who cares at what the fuck you do? You let your delts speak for themselves. So that one could help. Austin, some heavy partial shit. Meadows was huge on that. I know the rest of the world isn't all of a sudden, but fuck them. Heavy, like banded partials. So same thing, but the band just keeps like heavy tension the whole time. So that's one to consider too. And then you can like build them into one big giant set or whatever. So yeah, watch some of my training and you might pick up some ideas for that. Jay says opening up the rotator cuff has been helpful for things bound up, affects my connection. Part of it, yeah, Jay, yeah. Part of it is you guys are just trying to do movements that don't jive with your body. It just doesn't line up for you. It doesn't line up well. Yeah, Adam says pushing the weight towards the wall. I kind of think of myself like I'm standing in the middle of a half pipe, like a skateboarding ramp or a snowboarding ramp, a half pipe, and I'm thinking about dragging my knuckles against the half pipe walls and keeping the traps long. I don't know. There's different mental cues and stuff you can play with. Brett says, I would give you advice, but you mog me. Diesel Dave, yeah, using the wrist cuffs for him has been a game changer, he says. Yeah, the wrist cuffs work. John agrees. Lying cable lateral raises are his go-to. Yeah, the lying Y raise is really fucking good. It takes a minute to make sure you're in an actual Y and not just like using your traps and being silly. Stop being silly about it, and you won't suck. J Money, Austin for tall guys like us. I don't think machines ever work well. I have yet to find a side delt machine that I like. No. The Panada one's like okay. And then Prime has one that's like elbow supported. It's okay. But they all fucking they suck to me. They all suck. I'm sure I do have a rotator cuff issue as well. I have a hard time pressing overhead after long walks on the beach. From the arm swinging. How heavy are your arms? Get out of here, Austin. What are you talking about? Yeah, Kyle agrees. Shoulder machines they're all just fucking ass. Yeah, Meadows partials, dude. Kyle says drag, touching to the ends of the rooms. Yep. Yeah, reaching, dragging. Any general tips for growing a big chest for arm and shoulder dominant guys? There's no such thing as being dominant in any one area. You're just weak in the other area. So, first off, don't assume that you're arm and shoulder dominant. Your chest just fucking sucks. So, remember that. I like to insult people first before I give them advice. Shut the fuck up, Scott. I love machine side delts. Whatever. Scott could do anything and grow. He's just a freak. Get out of here. I'm gonna kick you out of here. Go back to work. Any general tips for growing a big chest for arm and shoulder dominant guys? Shut up, Adam. Yeah. It's something I'm learning now, Adam. There's always going to be one muscle that's just harder to grow for some people than others. And part of that is just you chose your parents wrong. Your parents gave you arms that were too fucking long and clavicles that are too close together. And you're not designed to fucking press. Sorry. Love ya, but sorry. And your chest is fine. What the fuck are you talking about? But anyways, like I said, I like to insult people first, and then I'll give them advice. I would focus. You have very similar issues to me, so I can give you advice in confidence to the best of my ability. Focus on actively trying to take the front delts out of the movement, right? So whether that means maybe you need to hit a little front delt first, but the idea is to actively get the rib cage to kind of shift and open up that chest so the chest actually lengthens, right? So getting these scapulas to posterior tilt and open up is going to lengthen that pec and expose it, making it easier to actually hit. So a lot of it for you, Adam, is because you're bound up in the clavicles. You're forward in like me. You have a very similar issue to me as far as being able to target the chest. So you're going to have to work on making the chest more available. And what I mean by that is getting things to open up. And that doesn't mean just arch, right? Because that comes from your spine. You want to get the sternum to rise from the inside. And how do you do that? Well, you fill your lungs with air and watch what happens when I do that. The chest rises, the the shoulders kind of posterior tilt. It exposes and lengthens the pec. Now the pec is a bit more accessible, and to be able to actually target. And then, some of the mental cues that you and I have been working on as far as just keeping it off the passive structures and trying to keep the weight loaded on the active intended muscle. The active intended structure is what's important. So, man, we all have a problem of everyone can press like big weights, that doesn't mean you're effectively targeting your chest. What I encourage you to do, Adam, and I don't want you to try to use anyone as an example and copy them, but go watch Nick Walker do a chest press. And here's what you're going to see. You're going to see him come out of that bottom of the press, and you're going to see the pecs just start rolling up. It looks like the weight is just sitting on his fucking chest. And you will see out of the bottom of his pressing, everything is just coming from his pecs. And it's very similar if you watch all of these bodybuilders with really great chests and you watch them do a movement and you're like, I can get a chest pump from watching fucking Nick Walker press weights. I can literally feel a pump just watching him because you can see the pecs just rolling, and it's literally like he's just pressing with the pecs only, like nothing else is involved. So, Amanda John, my one and only, who would you say is your biggest fan? Not you. That's for fucking sure. It's probably a close call between Raymond and Kyle. Certainly not you, but love you. Love you anyways. Thanks for being here. Mark is late. Typical. Mike Bell's Fitness Shorts. Hello, welcome. Got to go back and rewatch this, but what show are you doing, Tommy? The Midwest Gladiator is going to be my first show. Second show will be, what is it called? I don't know. It has some silly name, like Mid-American Classic or some shit. I don't know if I'm going to do that one for sure, because it depends if I fucking lose the first one or not. So thanks for being here, Mike. Mike Bell's Fitness Shorts. Scott, yeah, we already know. Mel, any tips on finding the appropriate weight for laterals? No. You just have to go by feel. In general, most people are going to go too heavy. Landon is Tommy's biggest fan, says Raymond. I hope, but probably not. He likes his mama. I never touch anything above 25. Yeah. No. My heavy partials, I'll use like 40s, and that's stretching it. Amanda, why did he skip my question? That was quite rude. No, I'm just very slow in the chat, Amanda John. So sorry about that. Yeah, see, I'm so fucking backed up. You guys are wild. I have a huge 31 viewer following here. It's hard to keep up. And Amanda, you're supposed to send me super chats if you want your question answered. Thank you. Joey says I have to use dumbbells for my side raises. Just focus on driving the elbows. Hit 2 triple rest pause. Yeah, I really like clusters, rest pause, partials, metabolic type shit for shoulders. I think they do really well with that stuff. I agree with Joey. Austin, no, not heavy at all. Yeah, fuck. Well, I got 2 big arms. Chase says, Amanda, because it's me. Chase, welcome. Thanks for being here. Scotty says, what's up, Amanda? Raymond says, hi to Chase. Man, the lack of workouts this week have sucked, but it's been productive. Man, so you guys, and I hate addressing you all as a whole, but you guys need to stop worrying about missing workouts. You have the rest of your fucking life to work out. And a lot of the times, taking 2-3 weeks out of the gym might be one of the best things you guys do for yourself. And I know that sounds crazy and it's, oh, I can't fucking do that. Yeah. Well, yeah, you can. You can. That's one thing Chase and I have talked about. Like, fuck. I mean, when's the last time you guys literally just didn't go to the gym for 2 weeks? It's quite fucking refreshing. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie. I was terrified to get gyno surgery because I'm like, oh, I can't fucking exercise. And it's like, so what? I stayed lean, I stayed on diet, and I fucking came back better than ever. So, Amanda says, laugh out loud, Chase. John Boy says, hardest for me to grow are back, chest, and arms. And Jesus Christ, that's your whole body, John. The hardest thing for me to grow are my back, my chest, my arms, my legs. One thing to, I had a conversation with someone today about this. One thing you'll notice is most people, their best body parts are right next to their fucking worst one. And a lot of the times it's because that said better body part is doing the brunt of the work. But yeah, that's your entire body. J Money, it's okay, Amanda. You're the best. Amanda is the best. Happy that she's in my life, but sometimes she's a pain in the ass too. Chase says, John, that's literally everything. Yeah, exactly. Kevin, I ran 12 IUs by accident, and yes, it was uncomfortable. That shit fucking, yeah, that sucks. When you wake up in the fucking middle of the night and like your arms are either fucking dead. I don't know if I've told this story before. There was one night, I think I was running 12 IUs of Serostim. I had to piss and my fucking arms were dead. So imagine this, trying to, one, get out of bed when you're a fat motherfucker. Your arms don't work and you got to get your dick out of your pants to take a piss. Ended bad. It ended bad. That's all I will say. Chase said, Tommy left his shirt in my car from the car show, Amanda. I wear it while I'm working out now. There's no fucking way Chase would fit in my shirt. I do wear excessively baggy clothes, though, so maybe. But yeah, his arms aren't fitting in anyone's shirt lately. Oh, let's see. Favorite cookie brand? Man, I have yet to try that bakery that you and Skip like. I think it's Levain. I have yet to try that. As of now, my favorite cookies, and I think I told someone this recently. Amanda makes these Twix cookies. It's like a shortbread cookie with like Twix ingredients. That shit is fucking, I will get diabetes from that. 100%. That shit is the best. That shit's the best. Mel says general range for, yeah. I don't think shoulders need to be crazy heavy. Amanda says, I got you a case of Celsius at Costco. Thank you, Amanda. See, guys, I don't even have to do anything. She takes care of the shit for me. I just work out. That's it. That's all I do. Work out, pay the bills. Sometimes when I'm not shopping for cars and Serostim, and then I will pay the bills. Scotty says mom and dad are fighting. Yeah. Jay, would you use post-workout insulin if that meal and the last meal of the day have to be close together because of work and workout schedule? Would you use post-workout insulin if the meal and the last meal of the day? Yeah. I never really get afraid about going hypo at night because your body honestly fucking figures it out. I don't mean to I don't mean to say like insulin's not dangerous, but I've used a lot, and I've used a lot right before bed, and I still woke up. But there's a chance you won't. So ask your doctor, because I'm not a doctor. See what he thinks, Jay. But yeah, like a small dose of Humalog with your post workout meal, and then you go to bed a few hours later. You're you're probably going to be plenty covered. Um, you're probably going to be plenty covered by even just liver glycogen. That shit will save your life. So Foxer says, I get nervous about missing workouts. Last time I missed a workout for overtime, it turned into fuck. Last time I missed a workout, it turned into 20 years off. Yeah, that's not that didn't happen from one missed workout, Foxer. You fuck. Yeah, it's okay, guys. It's okay. And miss workouts are slightly different than just like planning a week off. And I think it's important at some point, just stay out of the gym for a week. Guys, try it. What do you have to lose? What the fuck? You're telling me that week was the difference? That was the money maker? That's why you missed your goals? Nah, stop it. Stop it. Blue Collar Dave in the house. Hey, Tommy, your check-ins are looking great, man. Great work. Keep killing it, dude. That's what I hear, Dave. Yeah, I don't know if you're in here earlier. It's just a weird prep for me. Everything's good. I'm not mad about anything. Just mentally, it's just different. I don't know if it's too easy, or I don't know if I don't feel like I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. As long as I come in shape and win, then whatever the fuck, I don't care. But I'm doing everything. No cardio, which is weird and different. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It's just different for me. It's different in a good way. In a good way. Some of it, there is some insecurity and anxiety. There's a lot of. I'm pretty good about like staying off Instagram and not comparing myself to others, but it's gonna happen. And when we're involved in this stuff, you look at other people and their physiques, and of course we're envious. I don't know. Brett says Levain is amazing. We walked there when we were here in Chicago. Yeah, that Skip and Chase both really like that. That bakery specifically. Skip brought them with him, or he picked them up when we did our last show. And I didn't have any, and I wish I would have. But yeah. Raymond says, I was talking about Levain cookies with Austin the other day. Yeah, I heard there. Like I said, Scotty does. Of course, Scott doesn't like them. Dry, hard, overpriced, and overdone. Scott says that about Serostim too. Don't listen to him. Go back to work, Scott. What is John saying? Are we able to rock some Tommy John gear at the Arnold? Yeah, I'll make some stuff. I'll try to make some stuff. What is it? It's September now. The Arnold is in March. Yeah, I'll make some stuff over the winter, and I'll bring that for you guys. Scotty says, I live in New York City. I've gotten them fresh like 6 times. Man, maybe it's just maybe it's your state, Scott. I don't know. Can you mail me a Tommy John hat since my big ass head is losing hair? Just shave it, dude. Just shave it. You're fucking ugly anyways. Your hair isn't doing anything for you. Just shave it and get jacked. That's all that matters. Joey says Lantus, Humalog, NGH are best friends. I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Yeah. I you know what? I don't use as much insulin now, because of the retatrutide. So now, like, the insulin that I do occasionally use is very, very low amounts. Um, and I'm almost using retatrutide like Lantus with the additional benefit of um, helping with some of the food cravings, I guess, whatever you want to call them. People call it noise, I think. Yeah. Oh, you just said it. Sorry. See, I'm fucking stupid. I'm too slow. On the talk of BG, postprandials, what are you wanting it to get down to before your next meal? What are red flags? With GH, of course, fasted can get skewed pretty easily. Fasted is not really a thing I care about, unless it's like fucking stupid. Like, come on. But fasted, there's so many variables. Postprandial, anywhere from 100, and postprandial, we're talking, let's say 2 hours, 100, 110 maximum is really as high as I would want to see that. Um, and the way postprandials get better, few different ways. One, do your walks after your meals. Two, if you're eating carbs, cook them and cool them right away so they develop resistant starch. That will help control postprandial numbers. So if you're cooking jasmine rice, for example, as soon as you cook it, put it in the refrigerator until the next day. 8 to 12 hours to accumulate the most amount of resistant starch. And then if you do eat your meals warmed up, you want to do so at a low temperature to not ruin that resistant starch that you just developed. So that helps postprandials. Um, Insulin helps. Just saying. Retatrutide helps postprandials. But the first, most natural way to help postprandials are going to be walks after meals. True walks. Go on a fucking walk. Like, just go do it. It's pretty easy. Next best thing would be just waiting longer until your next meal. And then obviously exogenous things like retatrutide, obviously insulin. Certain berberines can help, ALA, shit like that. Yeah, fasted is whatever. I don't even, I check it, but I don't put a lot of weight into it. Chase has gotten them fresh 6 times, but they suck. Sounds real bad. It's got to be a New York thing. It's got to be a New York thing. David, Tommy, I can make shirts. I appreciate it, David. Yeah. If we want to do that, David and I will bring some shit to the Arnold, and we'll get you guys stocked up. Rex recommendations for toddler food. Amanda Rainey asks. Amanda John, sorry. Old habits. Cream of rice. Cream of rice seems to be a popular one for Landon the last few days. He's a fan of berries, raspberries. He really likes raspberries, blueberries. He likes his breakfast sausages, beef. He likes his proteins. Chase says baby's favorite food, Force of Nature ancestral blend. Yeah, we've been doing some ancestral blend. He actually has low hemoglobin, and lower. He's like slightly anemic. So yeah, we're gonna put him on some equipoise soon, and Anadrol, and ancestral blend. And he's gonna be on stage with Nick Walker soon. Yeah, the ancestral blend shit is really good for the babies. It is. There's so much nutrients there, and they can get that organ meat in without it fucking just tasting gross. So the ancestral shit is really good. Dave says, do you have a Tommy John clothing trade-in program for clients that you made grow out of their stuff? There's no fucking way, that Dave fits in the shit that he bought. There's no way. Dave is going to be 50, 60 pounds of stage weight up this year. Fucking stage weight. Insane. And that's not an applaud at me. That's recognition for Dave's hard work. Jay says, have you tried giving him raw steak? It'll keep him busy for an hour. No, Amanda won't do that. She won't do that. The skip flies are great too. Yeah, for the rear delts. Yeah, the skip rear delt extensions, those are good. Jay says, as a fellow toddler, I can agree with cream of rice. Yeah, we just started giving him cream of rice. And he does like that. Let's see. Olympia 2026, yeah. It's one of those things where, you know, these doctors look at the blood work and like I'm listening to them talk about it, and they don't. Some of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. I don't know. His hemoglobin's really low. I'm like, really? It's like fucking 0.1 out of range. Yeah, we got to get more testing done. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Really out of range. Okay. Okay. Yeah, your son is about 50 pounds ahead of the lean mass compared to literally everyone else. Yeah. Yeah. That's where all my serostim's been going. He's like fucking 99 percentile for height. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like 5'9", 5'10", 5'9". I'm somewhere around there. He's probably not my child. Amanda, are you still in here? He's probably not mine, but it's whatever. I'll pay for him. Maybe he'll be a fucking something instead of just a little shit. Oh, let's see. Mel. Dave's a stacked brick house. He is. You're not so bad yourself, Mel. You've come a long way as well. Brett says Landon is going to be 5'10", 190 at 10 years old. Dude, I swear to God, he's fucking tall as shit. He's so tall. Equipoise was designed for Landon. Yeah, exactly. Why do you think, this is from Dylan, why do you think it's a common theme for older competitors or even meatheads to say, no, you shouldn't ever take X amount of gear? They now only take 1 gram compared. Oh. Why do I think it's common theme for older competitors to kind of be like, oh yeah, these younger guys are running too much gear and yeah, no, I kind of know what you're saying, Dylan. I kind of know who you're talking about too. Listen. There's probably parts of that hold value. There's probably parts of that hold value. A lot of the times, we may run more gear than we actually need. But how the fuck do you know unless you do it? And part of the process is learning for ourselves. And older, we're talking about, Dylan uses the term older competitors. For the most part, you're right. I do hear, yeah, these kids now just run so much shit and we didn't have to fucking do that. And it's like, they say that about everything. It's not just about gear. Oh, we train so much harder than everyone else. And it's like, fuck you. No, you don't. No, you don't. I've seen you train. You suck. You fucking suck. And you just talk shit because that's all you got left because you don't have a fucking physique. You don't have a physique anymore. You look like shit. So now all you do is talk about what you used to be. And no one fucking cares. No one fucking cares. So all these fucking old guys crying on podcasts about how much gear people are using now. Why do you fucking care? Why do you care? Why do you care? Because you look like shit. So now you're going to go insult everyone else. And that's what I was alluding to earlier about people need to stop worrying about what the fuck everyone else is doing. They need to stop. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, that guy's going to die running that much gear. You don't. Okay, what if he fucking dies? It was his choice. He put the gear in his body. You think because you're crying on a fucking podcast as a grown ass man, and all of a sudden you're going to get through to that guy that's blasting X amount of grams of gear? No, he doesn't even watch your shit. No one watches your shit. You have like fucking 4 followers. You're a no-name coach like me, you know? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know why, Dylan. I don't know why. Do I think that some people run or rely on too much gear? Yes. Who are those people? So who am I talking about when I say that? People that never learned how to grow without it. People that never learned how to grow without it. And the only button they have is more fucking gear. It's the only button they have. It's the only dial they have to turn up. This is where I'm an old school guy, Dylan. So when you say older competitors, I include myself in that. Why? Because my best friend that introduced me to all of this stuff is close to 50 years old. So I'm an old soul when it comes to all this shit. So, do I think people are running too much gear? Yes. Everyone? No. Do people lie about doses? Yes. Do people sometimes tell the truth about doses and we think they're lying? Yes. All of the above is true. Why is it a common theme? Honestly, they're trying to protect younger guys from hurting themselves. Can we blame them for doing that? I don't think so. I don't think so. We can't blame them for doing that because not everyone is locked into their diet, their training. Not everyone's getting blood work. So, when people are using a lot of gear and they're not doing everything else, they shouldn't be using that much gear. So I do agree with the older guys. But a lot of the times, those older guys, like you said, at one point, they were running fucking whatever, 5, 8, 10 grams. I've heard all sorts of stupid shit. I told a guy, a local guy at the gym, what I was running because he asked me. He's a friend, everything like that. We're cool. He's a former competitor, very high level competitor, very nice guy. I told him what I was running, which isn't low. It's not low, okay? And he literally said, that's a drop in the fucking ocean compared to what I was running at your age. So not all older competitors are like that, Dylan. There's some guys out there that are on the other side of the fence. Because I told him what I was running, and he said, that's a drop in the fucking ocean. And he started laughing. He's like, that's my cruise, dude. That is my cruise. Not anymore. He's a TRT guy now. He's fucking, I think he's like 63 years old. But he laughed at me, dude. He's like, what? He's like, that's a week? I'm like, yeah, a week. He's like, bro. And he just started laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? So, of course, I started asking him. I got some stupid numbers from him. I got some stupid numbers from him, Dylan, and maybe he's fucking pulling my chain. I don't know, but he's a pretty straight shooter. He has no reason to lie to me. And that's not me promoting like, hey guys, go blast your balls off. Like, no. But it's not all older competitors. Some out there are still, telling the truth and things like that. Jay says sounds like a good time to double the dose. Yeah, when he said that, I'm like, fuck, okay. But no, I'm where my stuff is right now. I don't need any more. I feel great. Brett says, honestly, it's amazing when you think about how Liver King is natural. Shut the fuck up, Brett. Joey says, what's your average shot count per day? Oh, fuck. Shots? Let me do the math. Hold on. Like 10 or 12. I just counted them at like 14 or 17. That's impressive. Yeah, I'm probably at 10 or 12. With like the peptides and stuff and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Let me fucking do it. Let's see. Yeah, 10. Yeah. And a lot of those are sub-Q, so little fucking whatever. Those aren't shots. Those are just like scratches. I only take like 2 real shots a day. Everything else is just like little pokes. Fucking 14 to 17. Jesus, I hope you're using my discount code. You fucking savage. Unless you're splitting your gear into fucking into 10 shots. That includes insulin pins. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They don't really count. Yeah, those are just little pokes. That's a good question. Amanda asked, what's going to be your posing song? The one from Encanto. I would do that, but you're not going to be at finals. So I'm not going to be fucking weird just to be weird. I don't know. I have a few in mind. It's always hard for me to pick a posing song. Like, I'll be driving in the car and then, a song will come on. I'll be, oh, this would be cool. And I'll screenshot it. And then I go to listen to it like another day and I'm like, this song fucking sucks. So I don't know. It changes for me. What are you saying? Jay says, my first shot was terrifying. Now it's around 6 to 8 a day, depending on the day. Yeah, sometimes I don't even think about it anymore, I guess. The first one is hard. Yeah, the first shot you ever take. I remember my first shot was in my quad, and I was sitting there with the doctor. He was teaching me how to do it. And I like couldn't convince myself to stab myself in the fucking leg. It probably took me 25 minutes. And yeah, he's like, well, I can't let you go home with this shit if you don't know how to fucking use it. So I sat there like, man, it was like going to jump off a cliff, Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, exactly. Dylan says took about 30 minutes of pumping myself up. Yeah, it's just like, all right, it's like getting in the cold plunge for the first time. It's like, fuck, just do it. Landon is eating lunch watching this. Landon's gonna know about his father using shots of medicine. the fucking quad is so wild that that's what we choose as like the first spot to do our shot. And you're literally like sticking a dagger into your leg. And it's like the worst first spot. And we all use it for some reason. Amanda John, what has been your favorite song that you have posed to in previous shows? I liked the I did the No Chances was cool, the 21 Pilots song. But I did the Cash Rules Everything Around Me. The the version from Chef, the movie. I posted that song. That was cool. The Wu Tang, but it's like the instrumental version. That was pretty cool. Did you catch any of Er's open debut? Yeah, Er's is I didn't watch it live. I just saw the stuff on Instagram. Adam, Encanto for posing would be top tier. Yeah, it'd be good. I'll have to pick one. I'll have to. Yeah, since my I had a bad leg infection from a shot in my quad. Amanda remembers that, but since I got that, I don't even fucking go near them anymore. I don't go near them anymore. That was awful. No, yeah, Jay, no. I'm not going near my quads. Nope. I don't pin my shoulders anymore either because they're so fucked up from just abusing them for so long. Mel takes arm-numbing walks on the beach listening to the Encanto theme song. For what it's worth, Joey uses glute for his first shot. Yeah, I could see that being another common one. That's probably like the better choice. Besides, I bet your first shot that you ever take in your glute, I bet that motherfucker hurts. I bet that motherfucker hurts. You know? Adam says I hyped. Yeah, Zach said his delt was his first one. Adam says I hyped myself up for a gear with carnitine shots for a year. First shot of gear in comparison was butter. Yeah, carnitine can hurt. Jay says glute was first too, and now I refuse to pin now you refuse to pin the glutes. I put a lot. I used to never use them, and then I fucking ran out of spots, so I ended up going back to my glutes, and they're quite handy. And I put a lot of gear in them now because it's just too easy. It's too easy. Amanda says, "Look at the pics I sent of Landon." He's watching me on the big screen. Dylan says, "Screw the lats." I used to pin my lats a lot, and DHB ruined that for me. And now I don't pin my lats anymore. DHB ruined a lot of spots for me. So thank you, DHB. I would far rather pin my triceps than my lats at this point. Rec Fem is my new favorite spot, says John. Fuck, no. No. Raymond says ventral glute, lats. Okay. Yeah. Might have to add arms to the mix. I do ventral glute, glutes, and rear delts. Occasionally triceps. But ventral glute, so I'll do, and I keep it in my phone notes to keep track of it. So I always am rotating. but I do left or I do right, left, and then I'll do glute, glute, and then rear delt, rear delt. And then if I do need another spot, I use my long head of my tricep. So I'll just put the arm up on something and just jab it underneath. Um, that's how biceps, I don't really fuck with them anymore. I was pinning them for a while and then I stopped. I just stopped. There's nothing against them. But now, like carnitine, I just kind of put it wherever I took my gear shot, I put the carnitine like, a few inches away from it in the same spot that day. Peptides, I just literally fucking put everywhere. Wherever I can grab skin, that's where my peptides are going. Fucking everywhere. David says carnitine was my gateway drug. Lat's our favorite for my all of his amino stuff. Yeah, carnitine. That's funny. It is. It is kind of a gateway drug. Yeah, Ventriglute. Jared says, yeah, I use the Ventriglute a lot. I did take a carnitine shot in there the other day, and it fucking hurt. Adam says rear delts are my favorite. Rear delts are absolutely my favorite. I wish I could put everything there, but I run out of room. Kevin in the house, my man. Let's go like butter for me. I hate doing them. Freaks me out. Yeah, fuck. I know. I don't know why I got away from them. It was mostly the DHB. I did a few shots in my lats, and then I went to train them like the next day, and I swear I almost tore my fucking lat. It was the most painful PIP I've ever had. I used to love DHB, man. I wish it didn't cause me problems. It never caused me any blood work issues. Everyone's like, oh, it's so fucking toxic and dangerous. It never caused me any issues. It was a great compound for me, but all the shit that came with it just wasn't worth it. And I wish it was different. I wish it was different because I do like it more than equipoise. I do like DHB more than equipoise. It's just all the shit that comes with it is just not fucking worth it. So if they could find a way to like make it better or something, I don't know. Kyle says tries are my favorite. Yeah, tries are fucking butter, dude. They're a little weird at first, and sometimes you'll hit shit in there, like kind of fucking twinge on you, but triceps are really good. Joey says, change the topic. What is your least favorite brand of gym equipment that you see commonly bought by gyms? Hoist, mostly. Hoist has like a few pieces that are okay, but fuck, man, that shit sucks. It really, it really sucks. Arsenal is up there, honestly. Arsenal has a few good things. Most of it's shit. And I don't know why the fuck it's so popular, but it is. It's probably popular because of the Dragon Slayer, right? That would be my guess. Yeah, those are the two, Joey, that the hype, just like there's no hype around Hoist. It's just kind of shitty stuff. But Dylan says Rec Fem is wild. Yeah, fuck all that. I am not. No. And I've had shots in my quads where like I'll go in between the fucking muscles. No, there's no fucking needles are going in my quads anymore. I can't even get in and out of the truck if I pin my Ventriglute. Yeah, yeah, shots hurt sometimes. I just felt a chill down my spine of pinning my Rec Fem. Yeah, Ray, me too. Fuck all that. Johnny's got big legs though, so he's probably got a lot of fucking Rec Fem there to jab. Kevin Turner, my man. Yeah, he writes his injections down too on the bathroom mirror. Yeah, I have to because like sometimes I forget and like if there's no feeling there, I don't want to pinned my fucking glute like 6 times in a row because I forgot. And then I try my best to like keep certain muscles that I'm pinning kind of away from the workout. So like if I'm training posterior chaining glutes, like I don't really want to shoot my glutes that morning. I'd rather do like my ventral glute or maybe like a rear delt. And then like if I'm training rear delts, I try to avoid shooting the rear delt. Um, but it doesn't always line up. So sometimes I just suck it up. But yeah, Kevin, I write down all my shit. And then like there's certain compounds and stuff I take every other day. So I have to write that shit down too. Because it's like, retatrutide, for example, I use that every other day. And then right now I'm actually using Clen every other day. So they're like flip flop, and then some people are using like anti-estrogens every other day. And like, so I have to write this shit down because I'm like, well, fucking, which one do I take today? And yeah. Raymond says, you just need bigger glutes, Jay. Yeah, exactly. You need the Ronnie glutes. He could put a fucking bottle in those bad boys. J Money, I focus on getting bigger arms. The glutes should be bigger by then. Scrunchy leggings, says Adam. There you go. Those will make the glutes look bigger. Diesel Dave, what did Amanda say? I like the bin of toys behind you. Yeah, thanks. Those are mine. Diesel Dave, I always pin muscles training that day. Blood flow is gonna be sore. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, I try to line it up so like today I pin my rear delt for my gear. And I did hit a little bit of rear delts today. So yeah. Adam says, man, the hoist has a chest fly that's great at my gym. Adam, you just told me your chest sucks. So like it's probably because of the hoist chest fly that you're using. Now we know why your chest sucks. It's from hoist. Sorry. Love you, but fuck, I'm sorry, bro. Austin, I hate Prime. Way too complicated for my 40 IQ brain. Just give me one fucking place to put the weights. Prime is I've used some Prime pieces that are really good, and then I've used some that are like okay. Nothing exciting about them. But there's a lot of good Prime shit. There's a lot of good Prime shit. But yeah, I agree, Austin, that some of the loading tiers, like you're train the shortened range. It's like, oh, okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say. David, I use an app called MetaSafe to remind me for those every other day things. Yeah, that makes sense. I try to limit the fucking there's so much apps and shit on my phone. I'm old school like Kevin. I literally I write your guys' fucking diets. I think I've showed this before. I build out your diets on fucking loose leaf. Um, I do the math for your guys' diets on a fucking loose leaf piece of legal paper, a legal pad, like a fucking old man. So, yeah, that's how your diets get built. That is how I build your diets. Fucking scratch paper. Sorry, you don't have spreadsheets and all that cool stuff. Sorry, there's no app or chat GPT diets for you. Sorry. I am sorry. Raymond says, I remember hearing a story about either Roman or Sean doing a whole bottle of EQ. I won't mention who that was, but yeah, there was. Yeah. Yeah. I heard that there was a pro that would use a full bottle at a time. And it wasn't just one full bottle at a time. It was a bottle every third day. So essentially, and who knows if this is bullshit? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I heard that he would shoot a bottle of test on Monday. He'd shoot a bottle of Masteron on Tuesday. And Wednesday, he would shoot a bottle of Tren. Okay. And that cycle would repeat Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, he would take off. So that's good. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true. The fuck do I know? But that's what I heard. Is it that crazy? I don't know. I mean, if you're shooting, the Tren's a little crazy, but if you're shooting a bottle of test probe, 2 grams of test a week it's a lot of gear, but it's not like fucking wild. And if you're shooting a bottle of test prop or Masteron prop, it's not fucking wild, right? I don't know. I don't think so. 2 grams of test, 2 grams of Masteron. The Tren is a little wild, but maybe it was dosed at 50 milligrams. I don't know. And then it's like, it's still fucking wild, but it's not as bad. It's not as bad. So I don't know. Maybe it was Test Pro, Mass Pro, and like Tren Hex that's dosed at 75 or 50 milligrams per milliliter. It's not quite as bad. It's still a lot of gear. But the person is a Olympia qualified IFBB pro. So I don't know. Like I said, it could totally be bullshit. But that's just what I heard. That is what I heard. And it wasn't from the said person that I heard it from. It was from a friend of that person. So who knows? Who knows? People lie. People lie. So it's possible. Dylan says a bottle of Tren. Imagine pushing through that cough. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that's just what I heard. Diesel Dave, always transfer your diet text to note paper. Yeah, I see a lot of people do that. It's not a bad idea. I might start printing off AJ's diets just because I have to pull up the diet every time I prep my food anyways, just to make sure, just to double check everything. And right now things are changing a bit more frequently because we are closing in. We're what, 8 weeks out now, I think is what I said. So, as the show gets closer, things are changing daily sometimes. So yeah, I probably will start printing it out just so I can have it, and a lot of the times Amanda is prepping my meals or helping me prep my meals. So if we have like a printout of it in the kitchen, that's probably going to be helpful for both of us. Otherwise we have to pull up like our phone text or notes all the time. And sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Raymond says nothing seems crazy to me anymore. Not really. Not really. I don't know. Like I said, I've heard pros talk about their cycle, and it seems like they're lying because it's so low. And then I've heard pros talk about their cycle, and it seems like they're just taking so much shit. And I think they're both probably telling the truth. I've seen some pro level cycles where I looked at them like, with a fucking magnifying glass, like, oh, I was really disappointed because fuck, I'm not growing on that. Just being honest, I'm not growing on that. It's great that they can. Um, I'm just really jealous of that. And they chose different, better parents than me. That's all that is. But yeah, then I didn't fucking get out my pitchfork like, oh, he's lying. No, they're probably telling the truth. A lot of them. A lot of them are probably telling the truth. And it just hurts me deeply that it is true. So it hurts me deeply. But that's the name of the game. You just got to run what you got to run. You got to do it as safely as possible. And that's it. Just got to try your best to be cautious about everything. I missed all this up here. Do you have an abacus? Foxer says, yeah, I use an abacus to calculate all your food. You use paper, not Chat GPT? I know. Can you believe it, Jay? Unbelievable. Kyle, am I allowed to say who? No, you're not allowed to say who. Not here. Thank you, though, for asking. All right, my dudes, and any ladies that are potentially in here outside of my wife. Maybe, probably not. Either way, thank you all for joining. This was fun. It was a good turnout today. Lots of fun, lots of banter in the chat, which is what I love. It's what I am here for. Thank you all for what you do. Thank you for your support, your belief, your trust, your friendship, all of the good things. And if you guys want to leave comments, share it, like it, all the good stuff that helps me. Thank you all again for joining. Have a safe weekend, and we'll see you on your check-ins and everything like that. ChaseIronsForum.com, TommyJohnCoaching.com, and Tommy John Coaching on Instagram. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time.